The great war halls of the Zyrith Empire trembled as the sound of armored claws scraped against the black stone floor. Queen Syra of the Zyrith strode forward, her mantle of iridescent scales shimmering like molten emerald under the torchlight. Her twin sets of eyes, slit-pupilled and piercing, swept over her kneeling generals. "The humans grow bold," she hissed, her voice a mixture of velvet and venom. "They think themselves warriors. But they are fragile animals, soft things that bleed too easily. Tonight, I will break their champion with my own hands." Her words filled the air with a ripple of dread and awe. The queen was a warrior unlike any other, 10 feet tall, armored in living chitin, strength enough to crush steel. Her kind ruled hundreds of star systems by sheer force, subjugating species until they cowered. Humans were the latest to resist, their colonies refusing to bow. Syra, impatient with the delays of her commanders, had demanded to face one of their best in ritual combat. The chosen human warrior's name was Commander Elias Vance. The human enters the arena. The arena was a circle of black stone, its sands stained with the dust of countless battles. Zyrith nobles, draped in obsidian silk, filled the stands, eager to witness their queen's spectacle. Drums pounded, echoing like a heartbeat of war. When Elias entered, the crowd hissed in unison. He was tall for a human, broad-shouldered, clad in light armor that looked almost ceremonial compared to the living plates of his opponent. His face was calm, unreadable, though his blue eyes burned with a quiet fire. Syra grinned, baring serrated teeth. "So this is their champion. Tell me, human, did they promise you riches for your death, or did you volunteer out of stupidity?" Elias gave her a small shrug. "Maybe I just don't like bullies." The crowd erupted in laughter at his insolence, but Syra's grin only widened. She relished arrogance. "Then I will show you what becomes of insolent creatures." The gong rang. Clash of titans. Syra launched herself forward, claws tearing into the ground, moving with the speed of a thunderbolt. Her arm swung, aiming to cleave Elias in two. But the human sidestepped, narrowly evading, and his blade, a simple alloy longsword, sliced across her outer arm. It was not deep, but it drew blood. The crowd gasped. Syra's grin faltered for the first time. Her scales were said to deflect plasma bolts, yet this human had found a seam. She snarled and lashed again, faster, harder. Elias ducked, rolled, struck back. His movements were not brute force but precision, each strike aimed at weak points only a trained eye could spot. "You fight like prey," Syra roared, smashing her claw into the stone where Elias had been. Dust sprayed into the air. "No," Elias said calmly, circling her. "I fight to win." The queen's arrogance. Minutes stretched. The audience, once certain of a swift human death, began to murmur. Elias bled from a gash along his ribs, his breathing ragged, but he still stood. His counters grew sharper, his awareness uncanny. Syra, meanwhile, felt something she had not known in centuries. Strain. Her lungs burned. Her muscles ached. She redoubled her fury, wings flaring, tail whipping like a spiked chain. She drove Elias back against the arena wall, pinning him with sheer weight. Her claw slashed down, certain to split him in two. But Elias caught her wrist. The crowd gasped again. A human, half her size with half her strength, was holding back the queen's strike. For a heartbeat she thought it was trickery, some hidden technology. But no, this was raw will, muscle honed by a lifetime of battle. Syra shoved harder, snarling. Elias's arms trembled, but his eyes never wavered. "You think strength is just muscle and bone," he said through gritted teeth. But real strength comes when you have something to fight for. With a sudden surge, he twisted her arm and slammed his blade upward. It struck between her ribs, forcing a cry of pain from the mighty queen. The turning point. Blood dripped onto the sand, thick and black. The queen staggered back, more stunned than injured, but something deep within her stirred. For the first time in her reign, she understood. She was not invincible. Her generals leaned forward in horror. Some whispered of omens. Could a human truly wound the queen? Elias steadied himself, sweat stinging his eyes. You call us fragile. Maybe we are. But that just means we learn faster. We adapt. We fight smarter. You've spent centuries crushing worlds the same way. We don't have that luxury. His words were not just defiance, they were truth. Syra realized it then. The human strength was not brute force, but resilience, creativity, the refusal to yield even when the universe demanded it. The queen roared, shaking the arena. I am sovereign of 1,000 worlds. I will not fall to an animal. Their battle raged on, each strike echoing like thunder. Elias grew slower, bloodier, yet his eyes never lost that fire. Syra, bleeding from 3 wounds now, realized each of his attacks forced her into defense. The predator was becoming prey. The final blow. At last, Syra gathered her remaining strength for one decisive strike. She leapt high, wings spread wide, claws outstretched to crush him utterly. Elias did not dodge. He planted his feet, raised his sword, and with perfect timing drove the blade upward as she descended. The weapon pierced beneath her breastplate, straight into her heart. The queen's roar turned into a strangled gasp. She crashed to the ground, claws carving trenches in the sand. For a moment she writhed, unwilling to believe she had been defeated. Her eyes locked onto Elias, who stood above her, barely holding himself upright. Silence fell across the arena. The queen coughed, black blood spilling onto the stone. Yet to everyone's astonishment, she laughed, a deep, rasping laugh that echoed across the stunned Colosseum. You, human, you are no prey, she whispered. Perhaps your kind are the true predators. And then her massive body stilled. Aftermath. The arena remained silent for a long, trembling heartbeat. Then chaos erupted. Some Xyrath nobles shrieked in outrage. Others bowed their heads in reluctant respect. Generals debated whether to strike the human down where he stood. But none dared, for every eye in the empire had seen what had transpired. Elias swayed, nearly collapsing. Soldiers rushed forward, unsure if they should attack or assist. But then an elderly Xyrath noble raised his voice. By our law, he has defeated the sovereign in open combat. The victor claims right of command. The declaration spread like fire. Tradition was absolute. Elias Vance, a human warrior, now held the right to dictate terms to one of the most feared empires in the galaxy. He looked around at the crowd of alien warriors, his hand still trembling from exhaustion. Then hear my terms, he said, voice hoarse but steady. No more slaughter. No more conquest. You will leave humanity in peace, or face the same fate as your queen. Shock rippled through the stands. Some hissed in fury, but others bowed, acknowledging the iron will that had slain their ruler. The seeds of change had been planted. A queen's legacy. In the weeks that followed, word of the duel spread across the stars. Entire colonies whispered of the day the unstoppable Xyrath queen had fallen to a single human. Some alien races took courage, rebelling against their oppressors. Others sought alliances with Earth, eager to learn the secret of humanity's strength.